It's not been too long since we last talked, Jarko. It was just May, but Your Highness is a release that we need to talk about.
Let's do that.
Well,
Welcome aboard.
welcome back. Uh,
Thank you.
for for those who haven't watched our previous interview, Jarkko Koukonen is the singer of Bloodred Hourglass, a Finnish band. You're a melodic death band, modern metal band. How would you describe yourselves? What genre would you fit into?
I hate genres these days. If you ask me, I think we just play melodic metal. I kind of like the term modern these days, especially because what we did with Your Highness in my books, it sounds a bit more modern. At least that was what we aimed for with the new record, and kind of wanted to bring our sound to the year 2021. So I would go with just modern metal. Maybe there's even some, alternative metal vibes instead of just calling it pure melodic death metal. Because I don't know how much we, in the end, are dealing with death when it comes to our songs, or maybe even the sound these days. But yeah, like I said, I'm not really a big fan of genres these days at all. But each to their own. So whatever suits your opinion, that will do.
I can definitely hear the actually, you were never not modern. You were always modern. Your sound had always a modern sound to it. You were never a classic band,
Yeah, I feel so.
classic melodic death band. So modern is definitely what you enhanced in Your Highness, which is said to be released on October 22nd through Out of Line Records. And it says here that you have a powerful theme, lost chances of life and love. Very heavy stuff. Everybody
Yeah.
relates to it. Tell us about it.
Yeah, this album goes down to a very personal root. Really did not discuss about the direction for the record when we started to write the album, or when I started to write the lyrics. I just somehow felt a new type of a connection with those songs. Maybe it was because of the more even more melodic approach, some new, fresh kind of a melancholy, if you ask me, and the modern vibes just felt really like very connected with the songs already when started to receive the very first demos from the guys, and just felt like you need to go personal with the lyrics on this one. I've always did that, uh, even before on our previous albums. I just absolutely feel that I need to write from my own experiences, from my own life, to stay completely honest. So I don't know, maybe it works as some sort of a therapy, or it's sort of like a diary to put your thoughts into the lyrics. And yeah, this time it just somehow turned out to be very personal. Just kind of wanted to go back to all the minor shit being true, and our drummer Jarko, who's also responsible for some of the lyrics. I think he was having a chapter in his life which kind of fit in very well to the same approach. So yeah, that's where it all came from. But it's certainly definitely very personal record when it comes to the lyrics.
It's kind of a catharsis, right?
It is, yeah, for sure.
And you also say that you took some steps musically to reach more people and be the threshold to people who haven't listened to metal before.
Yeah.
Explain that to us for a...
I like to think that our approach when it comes to the song structures and the general approach to music is I mean, don't get me wrong, of course we have the metal sound, but if you take a deeper look into the songs, it's pop songs. It's how I feel. It's easily approachable stuff, it's pop choruses with harshness. And now we have the clean vocals on the new album, which obviously should be something that expands our sound a lot. And I mean, come on, you want to grow, you want to gain new listeners, new followers, and I think that's some serious new aspect in our music that's not been there before. So the way I see the new record, I think it's quite a lot more easily approachable, and I really wish that we can widen the spectrum, so to say, with the new album.
Investing on that? I mean, for example, are you planning on trying on to get into some sort of tour with a band that's more mainstream and in order to expand your fan base?
Well, there are no boundaries when it comes to us. I mean, musically, whatever we do not set any stupid boundaries that we would not be able to or fit together on a tour with the band that's mainstream. I have absolutely nothing against mainstream. I've never had. I mean, find a decent mainstream band for us to tour with and count me in. But to be honest, everything goes at this point. Of course, the situation is still pretty challenging. Of course, we are working hard to get some touring going. Hopefully there will be a few even next year, but it's tough. It's still tough. The world is still healing. There's a long way to go, and but well, that's something maybe we have not thought about that much, or what kind of a lineup we want to play with. But of course, the bigger, the better the band that we would be able to join. It's always a win-win situation for us as well.
You have played a couple of shows after the COVID era. Tell me things about it. How has it been? First, from your perspective as an artist, getting back on stage, and as a spectator, how would you say that the people are after such a long pause?
Well, we were sort of lucky to play at least 2 festival shows per COVID summer. I mean, there are many bands who haven't been on stage for a lot longer period of time. So, need to be really thankful for even those 2 shows per summer or per year. Obviously, it felt absolutely great. And there were summer festivals, all 4 of the shows, and I really enjoyed my time back on stage. That's one thing for sure. And I think there was a bit of extra energy and freedom among the audience, looking up from the stage at least. So yeah, you can tell people have been missing the live shows a lot. And what can I say? I just can't wait to get back on stage as soon as possible again and continue from there. Other than that, didn't think we had any sort of a sign of having a pause when it comes to live shows. So I believe we did well.
Tell me about, did you include any of the new songs in your set lists?
We played Track Me the Rain and Nightmares Are Dreams too. Mm-hmm. And we also played Veritas as well, but Kings and Queens was not out at the time we played those shows, so that was still not in the set list. Yes, we played the new released singles. insanely good. Like the songs in general, I really been enjoying to see that the feedback has been absolutely phenomenal. So thanks for that, everyone. And what can I say? It was the very same thing with live, especially when people were going a bit more crazy than maybe usually because of the short break.
What's your favorite song from the new album and that you can't wait to play live, and why?
I'm still having a constant battle between Leaves, which is the opening track of the album, Leave Out All the Rest, it's number 4 on the album, and Tell Me About Yesterday Tomorrow. They're kind of different type of songs, and I don't know, there's something in those songs, some sort of extra emotion packed into those 3 songs. So it's really, really hard to pick my favorite, but I need to say that's my top 3, definitely. When it comes to playing live, I mean, I'm a lot more wise after our Black Box Mikkeli show here, like the week after the album comes out, as we will be playing the whole album through on that show from start to finish in the song order. And then you can really tell what are the songs that work live when played to a proper audience. We've been rehearsing a lot recently, and I don't think there's weak spots or points over there. So I feel they're equally strong songs performed live, which is always nice to notice, of course. So it's a tough call. I don't know yet.
Back on stage and getting back into rehearsing mode, did you have any doubts as to, am I still okay about this?
Yeah, there was a long break after all. When we got out of the studio, we really didn't play for a long time, to be honest. And of course, when you get back into it, the first rehearsal after a super long break, and you just listen to the stuff, and maybe we need a day or 2. but yeah, you'll always find it. It's just something, when you've done the recording at the studio and you sort of like nail the best possible performance out of yourself, it's somewhere on your spine, and when you just refresh those memories and muscles, it's coming back really quick. So already after a few rehearsals, it started to feel like, okay, we got this, no worries. And it's getting better and better, and we still got one more effective 2 days ahead before the next show kicks in. So really looking forward to that, but I'm very confident that we can deliver. So to answer your question, I don't think we were that rusty at all. It's always the same, just need to practice.
How about you talked about muscles, and it got me thinking about your voice.
Mm-hmm.
You use your full spectrum in this album. We listen to you serving the songs in many diverse ways. How was your approach this time?
Well, for a long time I wanted to bring in the clean vocals. They have not always been the first thing to include on our stuff when it comes to our music, but this time it just was obvious that I need to take the step. I need to kind of step out of my comfort zone and challenge myself a bit more. And, when I started to receive the demos of the songs, it was apparent that there's no way that I will be able to scream the songs through anymore, because the actual instrumental song material was so diverse and dynamic. So it just had to be done, or we would have to leave like 5 of the songs out from the album, and they're good songs. So just had to push myself to do that and find a way to overcome the this issue, so to say. But I think I found my own sound really fast, and struggle a bit to start, but I think it turned out just okay. And I really do like the fact that the clean vocals are finally there on the album. So now it's sort of like a new world that can be, considered in the future as well on the upcoming songs.
Actually, I think that the clean vocals serve the theme of the album best because you kind of sound more personal, more vulnerable in the clean.
That's the case, and that's what I wanted to bring with my clean vocals. So I was kind of searching for the overall approach with the clean vocals, and just wanted to keep it like a very fragile. And with this, I can, of course, get a lot closer to the listener, but create a really big contrast between the harshness and the more soft approach. So yeah, I think the fragile is the term that I went with the clean sound.
This interview will be out Monday after your release, so people might already have had the chance to listen to the album. But for those who will listen to it after the interview, what would you say to introduce Your Highness? And who is Her Highness anyway?
It's appreciation towards the females of our past and now. That's where the title comes from. I think it's fresh for us. If you know the band, the signature sound is still there on that album. You do not need to be worried that we've changed too much, if you ask me. But I think we really managed to capture a fresh, modern, and in overall a great sounding concept for this album. And yeah, personal. I hope it's catchy. I hope there's a lot of sing-along stuff, and I hope it will offer lyrically something for you as well, something you may be able to relate. And
come on, I'm almost positive that when you played Drag Me the Rain, I am almost certain that there was not a single soul underneath you guys not singing. It's such a catchy song.
Yeah, I think that there was some extra mouths open on those festivals for sure. So I'm glad you noticed. I feel the same way.
Okay, so you mentioned before that you're trying to put together touring plans. Do you have anything confirmed yet? Anything you can talk to us about? Are you please coming back to Greece?
Unfortunately, no Greece so far. We're having serious discussions about European tours for next year. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, there is nothing that I can talk about, or nothing has been confirmed yet. We'll also play quite a few high-profile festival shows here in Finland during the winter. Early next year, we'll see what the spring will bring, and the summer festivals are looking good already. So working really hard to get back on the road as soon as possible, and honestly can't wait to do that. It's been way too few shows for the last two years or so. But yeah, can't really talk about anything, unfortunately, not yet.
Okay, I will take that. But I'd like to close this discussion of ours by saying that, having listened to Your Highness, I think that it is one of the best albums of the year.
Thank you.
At least in my opinion. And I think it's going to be great for you guys to go on the road and let as many people listen to it as possible.
I really hope so too. Thank you for those kind words.